I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, that is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And then only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Yo, yo, yo. What's poppin'? What's good? What's good? We here. We are here. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? What's popping with you? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to my lovely lady, April MC in the building. What's going on? What's going on? Shout outs to who else we got up in here? Frankie Shy in the building. Aaron in the building. Jaybird got game. Daxamillion, AT in the chat. Demetrius, Captain Caleb, Chris in the chat. What's going on? Shout out to Corey 2S. Shout out to Tampa Supreme in the building, Phoenix in the building, fucking Prune in the building. Oh, what's going on? Shout out to Studio Horror Music. Jimmy Lionel is up in here. Appreciate you tuning in. Shout out to June Sports in the building. Martavius was popping with you, man. Who else we got up in this piece? And hold on, let me get these questions real quick. All right, here we go. Shout out to who else we got up in here? Limitless. Lawal was good. Was popping. He's saying there's no sound effects. He's saying nothing's on. It said nothing's on. Nothing is on. Why is nothing on? Hold on. Let me check the mic real quick. Hold on. Let me check the mic real quick. Oh, it's because the fucking thing is on the goddamn. Okay, now it should be on. You guys can hear me now? Does it sound better? Does it sound better? Let me know if you guys can hear it and see if it sounds better. I don't know why I be doing that shit. Just be cutting off. All right, let me make sure. All right, hold on. All right, so now we good. We good. Okay, cool. Yeah, now we're here. Can you guys hear the sound effects? Can you hear all this shit? Okay, cool. I don't know why this shit just be turning off on some bullshit, but anyway, we here. All right, so now it's good. Now we're good. Okay, cool. Because we definitely gotta make sure the mics is working because the game is gonna be super heavy today. Super heavy. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys take notes because I'm telling you the game is gonna be heavy as a motherfucker today. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. But before we get into all of the stuff, before we get into all of everything, all right, y'all already know what we got to do. So let's do this first. Hold on, let's do this first. So make sure that you guys go to CunninghamElements.com. Go to CunninghamElements.com. Get your soap. Get the parfum. Get all that stuff. Go to CunninghamElements.com. Get that shit cracking. Get that going. So go to CunninghamElements.com right now to make that happen. Also, make sure that you guys go to ShopLocario.com right now and get what men wish they knew about women. Get this audio program. It is fire. Also, get on the online dating consultation. I'm telling y'all, listen, if y'all are not on this online dating consultation, I mean, y'all are slipping out here because I'm telling you, this shit is fire. If you are not on this and getting the game from this, you are missing the fuck out. Also, get the massive game collection. Also, get Master the Vetting Process program. Also, get How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day ebook, audiobook, Looks Don't Matter ebook, and Master Approach a Woman in 30 Days or Less audio program, plus all the other stuff on shoplocario.com. Also, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. And make sure that you guys get up on that ASAP, because right now we have this program, 10 Irrefutable Laws of the Game. Make sure you guys get that. And also, make sure that you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com to join the Masculine Identity Membership, so you guys can get on the Zoom calls with Miles every Monday. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that and get that cracking. And also make sure that you guys go here. Let me show this real quick. Make sure that you guys go here to patreon.com. Make sure you guys get that. And we just dropped the new joint. We just dropped a new joint called Pay Close Attention to How Women Respond to You on the First Date. This is very important for you guys to check out. So go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario to get on the Patreon so you can hear the podcast. We do this every week. So make sure that you guys do that and get that going. You feel what I'm saying? So go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario to make that happen. All right. So now, let's get into this, because we got a lot to talk about today. And guys, if you want to call up, call the number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. So make sure you guys call up that number so we can get that cracking. And we're going to be talking about 10 ways you trick women into liking you. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. So basically, this one is about you guys trying to cheat the game, right? Where a lot of guys try, gimmicks and tricks, they do little weird stuff to try to make a woman think that, let's say they have status or they have money. They try to, pretend to be something they're not, right? And so a lot of guys do this type of stuff. They watch pickup artist stuff. They try to look at tactics and gimmicks to try to make shit happen. And what you got to understand is that you cannot cheat the game. You understand what I'm saying? And what that means is that when you try to cheat the game, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get something for nothing, or you're trying to get something without putting in the work it takes to get that thing you're trying to get, or you're trying to make something happen without actually accurately doing the things that you need to do to make that thing really go down. Right. So in other words, a lot of guys, what they do is they might be, saying, hey, I want to attract these types of women, or I want to get shit going with women, in some form or fashion, right? So in order to make something go down, you need to put in some sort of effort, right? An action needs to be taken so that you can get a reaction, right? So a lot of guys, what they try to do is they want a certain reaction, but they don't want to actually do the work it takes to get that reaction for real. So what they do is a lot of tricks, a lot of gimmicks. They're trying to find ways to cheat the situation and trying to take shortcuts. And this is why they always fall flat on their face. You understand what I'm saying? Because what you got to understand is that, for example, if you are in a situation where you want to attract women, right? Those women that you're trying to attract need to see you as valuable. And that is the thing that makes them attracted to you. Right? So you can't just be on some shit like, well, I want this girl to fuck with me just because, right? You got to, what is in it for her? Just like if, let's say, for example, a woman wants you to be her man. Okay, cool. She wants a long-term relationship with you. She wants you to be her boyfriend or husband. You're going to be like, well, what's in it for me? You understand? Like, there has to be something in it for you for you to want to do it. So therefore, there has to be something in it for the woman to be attracted to you, to want to make something happen with you. The problem is that a lot of guys are trying to find cheat codes and shortcuts in order to get from point A to point B. And what I'm telling you is that you cannot do that. So what I'm going to talk about is 10 ways you try to trick women into liking you and why it never actually works. And I guarantee you some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about is some stuff that you've probably done in the past, or you're probably doing it right now. And what I'm telling you is you need to chill the fuck out, stop doing that shit, and actually learn this motherfucking game. Let's make this happen. Let's get into this. And guys, if you want to call up, call the number is 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. So if you guys want to call up, you guys can call up. Make sure you donate. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat and we will get to your questions near the end. All right, so let's get into this. 10 ways you try to trick women into liking you. Now, first way that you guys will try to trick women into liking you, and this is in no order of importance. I'm just listing 1 through 10. But the first thing we got on the list, and this is something that you might have heard from the pickup artist community and all this other stuff. But the first way you try to trick women into liking you is trying to have social proof. Trying to have social proof. So what does that mean? What does that mean, trying to have social proof? What is social proof? So social proof essentially is when you have something to make women think that you're cool and that you're attractive to other women, right? So for example, you might take a picture with a bunch of women so that women will think you get women. You understand? You might be in a video with a bunch of girls to make it seem like you get a lot of girls. You might do an Instagram, fucking live video or something, or post something while you're at a club with you and a bunch of girls to make it seem like you get a lot of girls. All right. Now, the funny part is this, is that they have studies that say, well, women are going to like guys who, other women want, right? Or it seems like other women want, right? Because he's the cool guy with all the women. See, the thing is this, women are going to want guys that other women want, but the women don't want the guy because other women want them necessarily. It's just that that guy is attractive, which is why so many women want him, which is why she's going to also want him, right? The girl is just there as a physical representation of that. But this is the kicker though. If you're trying to use social proof to attract women, so let's say you go out and you're hanging out with some friends or whatever, and you're like, well, I'm going to take some pictures, I'm going to talk to some girls real quick and try to take some pictures and post it on my Instagram. And so I have a bunch of pictures on my Instagram to make it seem like I'm a cool guy that a lot of women like. What's going to happen is that because you are not actually him, then you're going to be exposed. Okay, follow what I'm saying? So you can pretend and act like you have all this social proof and all these girls want you and everything like that. The problem is that it's going to be exposed that you're not that guy. Because see, what happens is the guy who is that guy is the guy who lots of women are attracted to. What you're doing with social proof is you're mimicking what you think that guy is doing, right? So you're trying to pretend or look like a player. What's going to happen is that even if a woman was attracted to you because of that, it's going to be revealed and exposed that you're not that guy. Why? Because you're not that guy, right? Think about it like this. Let's say you was in a restaurant, right? And, somebody was choking on some food, or they got sick and they fell over out of their seat, right? And then let's say somebody's like, oh my God, is there a doctor in the house? And an actual doctor says, yes, I'm a doctor. And then let's say another random guy says, yes, I'm a doctor. But the random guy is not really a doctor. He's just pretending to be. He might even have a fucking stethoscope around his neck and he's wearing a doctor's uniform, but he's not really a doctor. He's just wearing that so people can think he's a doctor. But the real doctor over here is the real doctor. So now when they're trying to help that motherfucker out who fell over, it's going to be exposed that the guy who's not a doctor is really not a doctor because he don't know what the fuck he's doing. The real doctor knows what he's doing. So this is what I'm saying, where you guys can pretend to be the guy, but it's going to be exposed that you're not the guy when the woman realizes you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? See, everybody said we want you because you're attractive, but we don't need you to be showy and see pictures of everyone you've been with. Well, that's true. And it's the thing. See, a dude who's really on some player shit don't even do that anyway. That's the funny part. Like a dude who's really that guy, he's not showing himself all the time with a bunch of chicks and pictures, right? Or doing all that showy stuff. But the thing is that if you're trying to pretend to be that guy, right, it's not going to really help you out anyway, because when it comes down to it, even if a woman was to interact with you, she's going to notice that you're not him. So you're pretending to be him in the pictures and the social media and all that other stuff, but you're not really him in person. You're not really him for real, because when it comes to you and that woman one-on-one, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And then she's going to be like, oh, who I thought he was, he really isn't that. You see what I'm saying? That's how that works. But see, what happens is that a lot of guys don't really, understand that. You feel what I'm saying? They don't really know this. They don't really get this. You feel what I mean? So let's move on to number 2. So the second way that you try to trick women into liking you, oh my goodness. The second way is taking your time to text her back to pretend that you're busy. Taking your time to text her back to pretend you're busy. You understand what I'm saying? So how does this look? So let's say you went out with a girl or whatever, and then she texts you maybe a day later at 7:00 or some shit. You see the text, right? You could text her back right now, but you're like, oh, I'm gonna wait for like 45 minutes, then I'll text her back. Because I want her to think I'm busy. I want her to think I'm mysterious. And I want her to, think about me and stuff. And I want her to feel like, I got a lot of things going on. Like, so you purposely try to text her back 45 minutes, an hour later. Right? And then she might text you back, and then you try to wait for another 20 minutes and then text her back. Right? So you're playing these games thinking that that's going to make you attractive to the woman. But what you don't understand is that the idea that you're playing those games and doing that weird shit is you putting her on a pedestal, because you're trying to create an image that's not really you for the woman. You're saying, well, I want her to see me this way, so I'm going to act this way so she can see me this way. You see what I'm saying? And then so what happens is that if you're doing this to try to attract a woman, then understand that you're basically chasing the woman, because you're doing things based on trying to attract her, right? So you're trying to do all this extra stuff to get her to see you a certain way. You want her to see you that way because you really, really like her. So you're changing your energy, you're changing your personality, you're changing how you're doing certain things in order to attract her, right? But see, the thing is that that's not going to work, because what happens is that because you are putting her on such a pedestal and you're actually needy, which is why you're going the extra mile to do all this stuff. If you see that woman again, that energy that you have of really, really trying to impress her or doing all that other stuff is going to come off in an interaction anyway. See, guys, you got to understand, you cannot cheat the game and you can't hide what's real. What's real will always be revealed. You got to understand that. What is real is always going to be revealed. So whenever you're playing all these games, you understand what I'm saying? It's a thing that's going to basically, just backfire. So that's number 2. Now let's move on to number 3. Now, the third way you try to trick women into liking you, and it never works, is just trying to work on your looks. Terrible. Just trying to work on your looks. So how are you just trying to work on your looks, trying to trick women into liking you? So what happens is that if you're the type of guy, when I say working on your looks, I'm talking about your entire look, meaning, you know, how you look naturally, physically, like your face, your body, but also your look, how you dress, all that other stuff. If you're just improving on that or trying to just focus on that and work on that, what's going to happen is that you'll get women who will check you out because they think you look good. They think you're handsome. They think you got style. You understand what I'm saying? So they'll like that. The problem is that it's not going to work because just because you look a certain way doesn't mean that when a woman encounters you and experiences you, she's going to be feeling you. And so when you don't have game and you're just surface level, meaning you have a good look, but there's really nothing behind the look, then the woman's not going to feel you. You understand? So this is why a lot of times you'll have guys who look a certain way. They can get the attention initially, but then it fizzles out, right? The woman will check them out. The guy will approach the girl and nothing will happen in that particular scenario situation. And that's because what he's doing is that he thinks that it's all about the exterior, or he thinks it's mostly the exterior. And then when he just works on that, then that's the thing that he is putting out there. And then therefore, when the woman is interacting with him, she's not really feeling him. You understand? This is the thing you guys got to understand. So a lot of times, for example, all these looks maxers, you know, all these people that's just focused on that, this is why they always have a hard time attracting women. Because what they're doing is they're just focusing on the surface level shit, and they think that that's enough to get them over the hump. They think that's enough to make shit happen. You see what I'm saying? And see, the thing is this, is that once in a blue moon, you might get a girl who is very sexually attracted to you because of how you look physically. Every once in a while, that could happen, right? But what happens is that doesn't happen enough for that to be a beneficial strategy for any dude. You understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is that no matter how good you still look good based on you being in a certain niche. You have a specific way that you look, which is not going to look good to every woman or to most women. You feel what I'm saying? So now what happens is that just because you're coasting on the look, right? You're going to make it harder for you to attract women in general because you think that's all you need to do or that you need to make happen. You see what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that, you know, you're not just doing that and making that happen, right? Now, the next one, I talk about this all the goddamn time, and people just don't understand when I'm saying this, especially the pickup artists. They just all over the place with this bullshit, right? So the fourth thing we have on the list of ways you try to trick women into liking you is trying to get women who have medium or low interest to be highly interested in you. Trying to get women who have medium to low interest to be highly interested in you. See, what you guys got to understand is that this is the biggest waste of time ever. When you are encountering a woman who doesn't have high interest, when you are trying to get her to have high interest, you're wasting your time because you can't. I don't know why. I don't know why I gotta. I really wish I could just open dude's brain and just stuff this information in there so they get it. Right? I know. A lot of the pickup artists is but bro, you can build attraction, bro. You can listen. If the woman doesn't have high interest in you, there's nothing you can do at that moment to raise her interest. Nothing. This is what I guys, if you could understand this will change your whole dating situation. You will stop wasting time with women. So what does this mean? What am I talking about? So again, if you were to go out tonight to meet a woman and you are talking to a woman and it's 10 o'clock and this woman is showing you signs that she has medium interest in you, she does not have high interest in you, You cannot talk your way into her having high interest in you by 10:15. You understand what I'm saying? You can't. You cannot talk yourself into her having high interest in you by 10:30. It's not going to happen. You see what I mean? See, a lot of these dudes, they think, see, all that happens is that if you met a woman and she has medium interest in you, and then let's say by the end of the night, let's say by like 2 hours, you was in a spot, you talking to all these girls, you're talking to this chick, and then you get that girl to come home with you. She doesn't have high interest in you. She's not highly interested in you. You wore her down and she settled. It's really that simple. For a woman's interest to go from medium to high takes a long time, and you essentially have to be a different person, or she has to be a different person. I'm going to explain this real quick because I don't want to get too much into it. If you met a woman tonight and she has medium interest in you, in order for her to have high interest in you, you would have to change over time, or she would have to change over time. How, Locario? Let me break it down. So let's start with you change over time. So if you met a woman tonight and she had medium interest in you, and let's say you left the spot, and then next year, a year from now, you go to another random spot and you run into that same woman. So now a year from now, you're way more confident than you used to be. Your mouthpiece is better. You dress better. You smell better, right? You're more fit, whatever the fuck it is. You're essentially a new nigga. So now she runs into you again. And all of us, for now, she's like, oh, wow, I'm feeling this guy. So now her interest is high. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when I say that she changed, right? What could happen is let's say a year from now, you haven't changed at all. You're the same dude. And then she runs into you at another event. And now she could have high interest. Why? Because she changed. What does it mean that she changed? That means that when she met you last year, she was still running the streets and doing what she was doing. Now she's like, oh, you know what? I feel like I need to settle down. I'm getting older. I need somebody who's going to be there for me. I need somebody who's going to, give me some security. So now she runs into you again and you haven't changed. Now she has high interest in you because you're the guy who would give her that security, that consistency. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that the pickup artist and the seduction community and all that other shit have tricked you into thinking that you are raising a woman's interest in the moment. It doesn't work like that. You understand what I'm saying? Doesn't work like that. This is really simple. But anyway, that's number 4. That is number 4. So now, number 5. The 5th way you try to trick women into liking you is pretending you're not interested in her to try to get her to chase you. Pretending you're not interested in her to try to get her to chase you. See, this is one of this. Okay. So what a lot of guys do is they will act like they're not really that interested in a woman. They'll play a bunch of games. They'll say a bunch of goofy shit. And I know the pickup artists will say, I'll neg the girl, or I'll ignore her for a day or two, or whatever they think they need to do to pretend they're not really that into her. And they think that that's going to make the woman chase them. Now, the flaw in this thinking is this, is if a woman is not interested in you, what difference does it make that that you're pretending you're not interested? Follow what I'm saying. If a woman is not interested in you, does it matter you're pretending you're not interested in her? Because if she's not interested in you, it doesn't matter if you're pretending or not, she's not interested in you. But if she is interested in you, what's the point of pretending you're not? Because she's interested. You see what I'm saying? Like, this whole idea of I'm going to act like I'm not interested in order to get her interested is bullshit. See, sometimes a guy may not really be that interested in a woman, so his behaviors come off like he's not really interested because he's not. But then what happens is that woman was already interested in that guy. You understand? It's not necessarily that she's interested in him because the energy she's getting is that he's not interested. Now, there are some times where women have extreme low self-esteem where they'll chase a guy's validation because they want the guy to be interested in her so that she can get his validation. But still, there needs to be some form of interest in that man for her to want his validation. A woman doesn't really give two shits about your validation if she's not interested. Now, she will like your attention because she can take that, but she's not really that interested in your validation or you giving a fuck about her if she doesn't give a fuck about you. Right? The most that will happen is that she'll just give a fuck about your attention. You see what I'm saying? So this idea of trying to pretend that you're not interested in the girl so that the girl will be interested in you is you're wasting your fucking time. You know what I'm saying? You're wasting your goddamn time. Because check this out. Even if the girl was just trying to get your validation, right? In most cases, what happens is that if you validate her, you're still not going to get her because she was just trying to get your validation. Right? So if that's even the case, if she's just like chasing you for validation, she wants the validation. She doesn't want you. You see what I'm saying? So then you're still not even able to attract her. You're just playing this game and then you're just wasting your time, right? With this girl who's chasing your validation, but she's not actually chasing you. You see what I'm saying? That's what you guys got to understand. Now, let's move on to number 6. Number 6. So the 6th one we got on the list is trying to pretend that you want a relationship just so you can get sex. Horrible. Trying to pretend you want a serious relationship just so you can get sex. And a lot of you guys do this. I already know. You understand what I'm saying? It's already a thing. I know. See, the problem is that a lot of dudes don't understand sexual attraction. They don't understand sex appeal. They don't understand how to be sexually appealing to women. So what they'll do is that they'll try to pretend they want something serious in order to get sex. But the ironic part is that if you're pretending to want something serious, a lot of times women won't fuck you quickly. That's the whole ironic part about it. Because if you're acting like you want something more than sex, usually she's not going to jump into bed with you on some casual sex shit. So what happens is that the guys who pretend they want something serious, they'll end up taking a girl on 3 or 4 dates, then having sex, and then it'll sort of fizzle out because they'll fall back, right? But he's pretending he wants something serious to get sex. You understand? Now, the problem with this is that you're wasting time, energy, and money on a woman when you know that you just wanted sex. And the thing is, you could have just got sex from a girl who wanted to have sex with you. And then the problem is that if you're doing this a lot, what you're going to do is you'll end up running into a woman who feels like, you played her, you manipulated her. And if you run into the wrong chick, that could be dangerous. Right? Because some guys will lay it on thick. They'll act like they really want a relationship. They talking to her about a whole bunch of bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? They're going in. You see what I mean? And they're talking all of this shit, but it's like they don't really, the guys don't really want it, but then they get the woman invested. And then they want to go crazy when the girl goes crazy on them. Like, yo, what the fuck? Why she tripping? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, you the one who created the situation. So if you just want sex, find women who just want to have sex with you. It's really not hard. Women love dick. I don't understand why you guys need to pretend or act like, or it's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So don't do all of that shit. Like just find a chick who wants to actually fuck with you. You understand? Now, let's move on to number 7. Now this one is, you real lame if you do this shit. See, if you do number 7, this is real lame shit. So number 7 is trying to be her friend in hopes that at some point you guys will be in a relationship. So these are the guys who agree to be in the friend zone, or the guys who kind of beg to be in the friend zone. Like the girl says she's not interested when he tries to make something happen. And she says, oh, I'm not interested in it. He's like, oh, but we could be friends though. Like you can't have no friends. So then he becomes her friend. He's in the friend zone. And then he's hoping, wishing, and praying that at some point they'll be able to be together. You understand? There's like, oh, we started out as friends first. Exactly. We started out as close friends. And then sometimes you hear these stories of these guys that was friends with a woman for like years, right? Oh, we were friends for like 7 years. And then now, she finally became my woman. And it's like, bruh, seriously? Seriously? But that's how it happens. That's how it happens. But you got to understand that shit never works, because what you got to understand is that when you are dealing with a woman who's attracted to you would never want to be your friend, or just never want to just be your friend. So if a woman's talking about, oh, let's be friends first, or she's on some friend zone shit, understand that she don't like you. And even if at some point y'all end up being together, she's settling for you. You're the guy she settled for. She didn't really want you, which is why you were in the friend zone in the first place. You basically are the master of wearing a woman down. You understand? That woman will never respect you. You are the master of wearing a woman down. That's it. You see what I'm saying? That's all you're doing. So if you start out as friends first, oh, it's horrible. This shit is terrible. Fucking terrible. Let's move on to number 8. So number 8 is trying to get into a serious relationship quickly so you can keep her because you don't want to lose her. So you try to get into a relationship quickly because you don't want to lose the chick. This is what a lot of you guys do when you don't vet women. This is why I tell you guys to go to shoplocario.com so that you guys can get the Master the Vetting Process program. You feel me? So what happens is that you meet a girl, you think she's a baddie, she's your type, whatever it is, and y'all go out a few times. You've been seeing her for a month and a week, for like 5 weeks, and all of a sudden, now she's your girl. You understand? You wanted to lock it down. You don't want no other dudes fucking with her because you wanted her so bad. But you really wanted her so bad because you don't want her to leave. You want to lock her down. You want no other dudes fucking with her. And then you wonder why you have problems in your relationships because you haven't vetted her. Now you're talking about, yo, she tripping. She acting crazy. Why she acting like that? She bugging out. And it's like, you're surprised that you're finding out all of this bullshit. Yes, you're finding all of this out because this woman don't really like you. You fucking got, you made this chick your girl who hasn't shown you that she's worth being your girlfriend. But because you were needy and clingy, right? You ended up being in a relationship. Or what happened is that the girl was telling you, hey, we should be together. And because you don't want to lose her, you just agreed. You feel what I'm saying? You agreed. And then now you're in this type of situation because you was being, like thirsty and shit. You see what I'm saying? Because you was being thirsty as hell, man. This is horrible. But anyway, but guys, if you want to call up, call in number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. So now let's move on to number 9. Now, number 9 is the 9th way you trick women into liking you is going overseas because you're having problems getting women in your own country. Going overseas because you have problems getting women in your own country. So the problem with this is that, like you have the passport bros, guys going overseas to try to get chicks, get wives and all this other shit, right? And what you're doing is you're tricking a woman into liking you because you're like, hey, I'm American, I got money, so you should roll with me, you should fuck with me. And then the women over there who, living in huts and shit and who can't afford to do nothing, then these chicks fuck with you and you think you're doing something, right? And then what happens is if you bring them over back to the United States, they come through, they end up playing you because they never really liked you. They just like the fact that you had money. That's it. They just like the fact that you had money and they were like, all right, I'll deal with this guy for now. I'll deal with him for now, but she's not really into you. But you don't know that because you ain't got no game. You see what I'm saying? Because if you had game, you could just get women wherever the fuck you was at. You see what I'm saying? So that's number 9. So number 9 is that, you're going overseas, you're going out of your way to try to attract women and get shit cracking. You understand? Now, the last thing we got on the list, number 10, the 10th way you try to trick women into liking you is, and this is just so stupid, is hiding your sexual intentions in order to not appear thirsty, thinking that this is going to make the woman be attracted to you. Crazy. So you're hiding your sexual intentions because you don't want to appear thirsty, right? And you think that this is the thing that's going to make the woman be sexually attracted to you, right? So a lot of guys think being thirsty, or I should say this, a lot of guys are scared to be sexual and be direct about being sexual because they think, well, I don't want to look thirsty because then that's going to make her not like me. So what they do is that they think they should do the opposite. Let me pretend or act like or hide my sexual intentions. Then I want to appear thirsty. And then maybe she'll think I'm mysterious or something. And then she'll like me. You understand? That's not how that works. See, you showing your sexual intentions is not being thirsty. Being thirsty is when a woman lets you know that she is not sexually interested, and then you keep trying to holler at her. So all you guys who are trying to wear women down, that's thirsty. You understand what I'm saying? That's what's thirsty. You understand what I'm saying? So what a lot of dudes do is they try to hide their sexual intentions by being all platonic, trying to court a woman, being super gentleman-like. And then after a while, then they'll try to sneak it in there. They'll try to indirectly make it sexual. You understand? But see, the thing is that when you are hiding your sexual intent, the women, they know that you want to smash. You understand? They just realize that you're too pussy to make it be known. So what a lot of them will do is that they'll use you for your time, energy, and money because they know that they're not really sexually attracted to you like that, but they know that they can use you for your time, money, and energy because you're not going to actually really be about it and be direct about it and try to make anything happen. So they have a lot of time to play around with you. You see what I'm saying? And then if you do run into a woman who would have been like, sexually interested, because you're too scared to make a move and move it forward, nothing happens. And then she loses the interest in making shit happen with you. You see what I'm saying? So don't sit there and think you should, hide your sexual intentions. Like you're wasting time. Right? So when you're talking to a woman, you should be flirting and building sexual tension. Right? Don't be afraid to interact with her that way. But the problem is a lot of guys are afraid to do it. But let me see what some of these questions are saying. It says, why do I keep getting the nerve to fill the silence when I'm talking to a woman? And then I wonder why she didn't ask me anything back. Should I just charge her or try again? Well, listen, I would suggest you call in because I need to ask you some questions. But based on what you're saying right here, see, the thing is you're trying to fill the silence up, right? Because you are too worried about what the woman is thinking. And that silence makes you uncomfortable because you feel like that you need to sort of entertain her or keep things, going in a certain direction. Like you're too worried about what the outcome of the situation is going to be and what the woman is thinking. Right now, when you're having a conversation or interaction with a woman, let's say you're on a date with her, right? A lot of times the silence is good because the silence builds tension. You understand? So when you're not saying certain things, right? You could be doing certain things, right? So the thing is that you don't have to be saying things to fill the silence in. You can do things while it's silent. Like you can bring her closer into you. You understand what I'm saying? This is where you have the touching and the feeling and you're looking into the girl's eyes and shit. And it's that the body language is the thing that's speaking. You feel what I'm saying? But again, you gotta actually, be out here doing this more so that you can see what I'm talking about. So what's the difference between seduction and pushing past the woman's resistance when the interest is medium? So the difference is that when a woman has medium interest, right? The woman doesn't really, like you are a guy, she's like, I can take it or leave it. When you're seducing a woman, the woman wants it, right? But there's just an obstacle in the situation. Do you understand what I'm saying? So medium interest is, I can take it or leave it. You're okay. You're all right. You're whatever. You understand? Seduction is, I want to do this, but there's something in the way of me doing the thing I want to do, like with you, basically. So you don't seduce a woman who has medium interests, right? So you seduce a woman who is showing high interest, but there's something blocking the situation. So it can look like medium interest because she's not going all the way, but all you got to do is take out the obstacle. So for example, medium interest is you talking to a girl at a bar, right? And she's kind of like, she's talking to you, but she's giving you one-word answers kind of, and she's having a conversation with you, but she's not really flirting back when you're trying to flirt, right? That's kind of medium interest. You understand? Like she's having a conversation with you, she's interacting with you, but she's not really like giving you a lot of flavor, right? Now, a woman you seduce would be, for example, you're at the same bar, you're talking to this woman, she's flirting back with you, she's all up in your face, she's smiling, you guys are very close, you understand what I'm saying? You two probably start kissing, and you say, yeah, we know we should go back to my place. She's like, oh my God, I want to so bad, but I'm here with my girlfriends, right? That's the girl you seduce. You see what I'm saying? Exactly, too much. So you got to understand the difference. You have to understand which girl are you dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So You got to understand it. You got to understand that. So let me see. Says, but you have to interact with her to see where she stands. She won't show high interest as soon as you meet her. She won't say, let's go to my place and you can smash me. You have to build it up. That's where y'all need to get out more. Like y'all need to get out and meet women and really make shit happen. See, notice what you're saying in this, right? Notice what you're saying in this. You said she won't show high interest as soon as you meet her. She won't say, let's go to my place. Why are you talking about what she will say or not say? Right? You're the one who has to lead the situation. You understand? So you're saying she won't show high interest as soon as you meet her. Absolutely she will. But see, you guys don't know the signs of a woman showing you high interest when you first meet her. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to do a whole video on that one, on just that. Like understanding when a woman, because it's really simple. It's really simple. One of the things that's really simple that shows that the woman has high interest in you when you first meet her is consistent cooperation. You understand what I'm saying? Consistent cooperation. It's really that simple. Exactly. You gotta know how to lead to see, because this is the thing. You can't know if a woman has high interest if you don't know how to lead. You have to know how to lead in order to see high interest. You understand? So what about a friend that the chick would date if she were single? I'm guessing that's more of a dick in a glass case. If he's not in the friend zone. Wait, what? You talking about a friend a chick would date if she was single? Oh, so you're saying that if... Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I think you're saying if a chick has a guy who's a friend, but he's her friend because she's in a relationship already. I think that's what you're saying. You're saying that would she fuck with him? The answer is no. The answer is no. I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why the answer is no is because if you're the type of guy that would be friends with a woman, period. You understand what I'm saying? Especially, okay, let's think about it this way. Let's say he met her and she had a boyfriend, right? When he met her, she had a boyfriend. The first time this guy who is her friend now, she had a boyfriend. If he met her, right, he would have tried to make something happen with her. If she says she has a boyfriend and he was really a motherfucker who had game, he'd be like, all right, peace out. He wouldn't be like, oh, we could be friends. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's say when he met her, she was single. If he met her and she was single and he's her friend, that means he's in a friend zone. So either way, this is not a guy she would want to be fucking with like that. Because a guy who she would want to fuck with would never just be her friend. You see what I'm saying? So that's not going to happen. You got to understand, like, look, real niggas are not friends with women. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what these motherfuckers, a real motherfucker is not being friends with a woman. Exceptions aside, not being friends with women. Like a real dude is not meeting a strange woman and then just decides, oh, we're just going to be friends. Yeah, well, we'll just be friends. This is going to be my buddy. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, what? Why? You know why? Because real motherfuckers understand that women can't offer them anything in a friendship. They know this. They know this. Now, can a woman offer a guy something by her being an acquaintance? Absolutely. Can a woman offer a guy something being like in business, a business partner? Absolutely. But a friend? An actual, like a friend. See, let me tell you why women can't actually be friends with a man. See, it's not even about a man being friends. A woman can't actually be real friends with a man. You know why? Because that would require her to actually do something for the man that may not directly benefit her. You understand what I'm saying? Abel's like, do you know what I'm friend? Because look, everybody does something in some form or fashion because it benefits them in some way. But what I'm saying is that in order for a woman to actually be like a guy's real friend, that means that she would actually need to care about him and his concerns. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she would actually, like, you know, like, for example, like your friend might call you up because he's like, man, you know what? I'm about to move. Can you help me move? And you're like, fuck. You don't want to help this nigga move, but you're like, you know what? That's my boy. I'm going to help him move. Even though I don't really feel like it, but that's my nigga. I'm going to help him out. Try to call a woman to get her to do some shit she don't really want to do. I'll wait. That's what I'm saying. Try to get your woman friend to really just like, you know, really help you out in your time of need. See how that goes. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Gay Zach. He said, if we can't make money together, or if she ain't got some friends I could run through, she can't do nothing for me. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, you know, it's crazy. I'm telling you, man, that whole friend shit, nah. It was nothing irritates me more than people that say, this is my best friend. No, get a best friend outside your relationship. Oh yeah, some people be in a relationships saying their boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife is their best friend and shit. It's like, nah. It says, when you say 25 women a day with a mix of online and in-person, should it be heavier on the in-person versus online, like 15 in person and 10 online? No, it doesn't matter. So the thing is that you want to do both just in your life. But what happens is that you just want to be consistent with it. So it may be more consistent online or maybe more consistent in person, but you can do both things. You can do all in person on one day and all online on one day, but you want to still have a healthy mix of both in general, right? You want to be able to, because this is the thing, right? So like a person like me, for example, right? I would do more online now just because of my schedule, right? Because my schedule is like crazy. So if I was to really be out here like going crazy, it would just be more on an online thing because my schedule is crazy. But the thing is, I know how to approach women in person and do all that other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or like, let's say, you have a person who just likes to be out and about, right? I would tell them to still do online stuff, right? But they're probably doing more stuff outside because they're just always out and about, just meeting a whole bunch of people, right? But you want to be well versed in both things also. You want to be well-rounded. You see what I'm saying? That's why we tell you guys 25 a day, because it just keeps you consistent. You see what I'm saying? But when you're out here beginning and trying to learn this stuff, you want to be well-rounded. So I tell you guys to do both. You want to do stuff online, you want to do stuff in person, right? But when it comes to the 25 a day, you can do online or in person, either one. But while you're learning this, right, don't just go online and then that's it. Or don't just go outside and that's it. You want to do both because you still want to learn both. That's what I'm trying to say. You feel what I mean? So that's kind of like where you want to take it at. But let me see what else we got here. See if we got any more questions. All right, I'm asking any more questions on here. All right, so listen, We about to wrap this shit up if there ain't no more questions on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So look, what's today? Today is Thursday. So we got the show tomorrow with myself and Miles. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Also, Man, it is a skill set show on Saturday. Shout out to K Zaggin. And there's going to be Miles and Jay Roman on there. Sometimes Mr. Justin. And also, I'm going to be live at 5 on Saturday. And also make sure you guys check out the Real Game No Theory show on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys check that out. And yeah, man, that is pretty much it. So guys, I will holler at y'all later. And remember, people, the truth is inside you, and I'm out. Peace. Now, before you go, click the link below and go to badboymembership.com. Now, badboymembership.com is a place where you go to get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Listen, I know you're tired of being rejected. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of being afraid to approach women. Go to badboymembership.com. I know you're tired of not getting the women that you want. Go to badboymembership.com. Listen, I know you're tired of being alone on a Friday night. Go to badboymembership.com. Now picture this. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com, follow the steps, learn the game, implement the game, and then you will get the woman you want. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com today. Click the link below. Get the new audio program, What Men Wish They Knew About Women. Hidden gems about dating you don't know, but should. By Mr. Locario and April MC. Go to shoplocario.com right now to get your copy today.
And then, yeah, I had my consultation with April and Locario this past Saturday, which
Nice.
And it was funny because I already had dates lined up before the consultation, and then after, it just like within day, like it's just like I haven't even gotten like the new photos they suggested me to get yet, but just like all the game they gave me in that I implemented, it's just like skyrocketed within a day. So it's like
how many matches did you go to?
I went from getting like, I want to say like max 4 matches a day to like 10
a day. Shit.
10 a day. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so like I'm booked 4 weeks out date wise right now.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we know that there could be flakes and shit, but they're getting replaced as time goes on. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So, yeah, everyone needs to get that shit. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like don't.
It's like a mini coaching session.
I'm trying to tell, bro. It was so April, bro. Like that is the most gamed up chick alive. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. like I'm like, how do you know me this well? Like it's just wild, man. So yeah, shout out to them, man.
Yo, shout out to April and Locario, man. Facts, man.
Step up your game and go to shoplocario.com. That is the place where you can get my books, audio, and video programs in one place. All you got to do is type in shoplocario.com and step up your game today. Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today.
Because Locario, in my opinion, is the best dating coach on YouTube or whatever the fuck. Everything he says, ambulance. Everything he says, I have nothing against him. I have no contradiction. Everything he says, I say, yeah, it's